In the history of warriors, we remember the Spartans at Thermopylae, Alexander's conquests, and the samurai of Japan. But what if I told you that one of the most feared warriors of the samurai class wasn't a man? Her name is Tomoe Gozen, a woman so skilled in combat that even her enemies described her as a warrior worth 1,000. She was a figure of awe, a force on the battlefield, and a symbol of defiance in a society that demanded women remain in the shadows. But her story is one that has been almost erased from history. Why? And what made her rise to the rank of general in an era when women were expected to be silent? Imagine standing on a battlefield where the air is thick with the metallic smell of blood and the deafening clash of swords echoes across the land. Among the chaos stands a lone figure clad in armor, wielding a katana with unmatched precision. She is no ordinary soldier. This is Tomoe Gozen, a name that would send shivers down the spines of her enemies. Despite the odds stacked against her, she became a warrior unlike any other, earning the respect and fear of men twice her size and rank. But why is her name not celebrated alongside the greats? Tomoe Gozen's story begins in the late 12th century during Japan's Heian period. This was an era of turmoil and civil war, where the Genpei War raged between the powerful Taira and Minamoto clans. It was a time when samurai warriors were the backbone of society, embodying loyalty, honor, and martial skill. Yet, amidst this male-dominated world, Tomoe emerged as a warrior whose reputation would eclipse that of many of her male counterparts. In this video, we will unravel the life and legacy of Tomoe Gozen. We'll explore her rise to power, her legendary battles, and the mysteries surrounding her ultimate fate. More importantly, we'll uncover why history almost forgot her and what her story teaches us today. So, buckle up and prepare to be amazed, because this is the untold story of Tomoe Gozen, the greatest warrior you've never heard of. To understand Tomoe Gozen's extraordinary story, we must first delve into the world she was born into. The late 12th century in Japan was a period of immense upheaval. Known as the Heian period, it marked the decline of imperial power and the rise of samurai clans vying for control. The Genpei War, a brutal conflict between the Taira and Minamoto clans, tore the country apart. This war wasn't just a battle for political dominance. It was a struggle that shaped the very fabric of Japanese history. Tomoe was born during this turbulent time, likely into a family with connections to the Minamoto clan. From an early age, she showed an aptitude for skills traditionally reserved for men. She mastered archery, swordsmanship, and the art of horseback riding, skills that would later make her a formidable force on the battlefield. But in a society where women were expected to remain in domestic roles, Tomoe's talents were both extraordinary and unconventional. Her opportunity came when she entered the service of Minamoto no Yashinaka, a prominent leader of the Minamoto clan. Yashinaka, known for his ambition and military prowess, quickly recognized Tomoe's potential. By her early 20s, she had risen to become his most trusted lieutenant, commanding troops and leading battles alongside her male counterparts. This was no small feat in a world where the samurai code, later formalized as Bushido, emphasized male dominance and loyalty to clan and lord. Tomoe's rise was not without challenges. The Genpei War was a conflict of staggering brutality. Entire villages were razed, and thousands of lives were lost. It was in this crucible of violence that Tomoe's legend began to take shape. She was not just a participant in the war. She was a leader who inspired her troops with her courage and skill. Her reputation grew, and she became known as a warrior worth 1,000 men, a title that speaks volumes about her impact in a male-dominated sphere. As the war raged on, Tomoe found herself at the center of some of its most pivotal battles. Her skill with the bow and sword, combined with her ability to lead troops into combat, made her a figure of both admiration and fear. But her story was far from over. The battles she fought were not just against the enemy. They were against the societal norms that sought to confine her to obscurity. Tomoe Gozen's legend was forged in the heat of battle. One of her most famous engagements was the Battle of Yokotegawara, where she led a force of just 300 samurai against an army of over 2,000. The odds were overwhelming, but Tomoe's strategic brilliance and fearless leadership turned the tide. Under her command, the Minamoto forces launched a daring counterattack, scattering the enemy and securing a decisive victory. Accounts of the battle describe Tomoe as a whirlwind on the battlefield. Mounted on horseback, she charged into the enemy ranks, cutting down foes with precision and ferocity. Her skill with the katana was unmatched, and her ability to inspire her troops made her an invaluable asset to the Minamoto clan. But this was just one of many battles that would cement her place in history. Her greatest challenge came at the Battle of Awazu in 1184. By this time, the Genpei War had reached a critical point. Tomoe's lord, Minamoto no Yashinaka, found himself betrayed by his own clan and surrounded by enemy forces. Facing certain defeat, Yashinaka ordered Tomoe to flee, perhaps out of a sense of honor or a desire to protect her legacy. But Tomoe refused to abandon the fight. According to historical accounts, Tomoe rode into the enemy ranks one last time, determined to make her stand. In a display of unmatched bravery, she is said to have confronted and defeated a powerful enemy samurai, beheading him with a single stroke. Her actions not only demonstrated her extraordinary skill, but also her unwavering loyalty and courage. The Battle of Awaza marked the end of Yashinaka's campaign and the beginning of Tomoe's mystery. While her actions in battle were legendary, her ultimate fate remains a subject of debate. Some sources claim she was captured and executed, while others suggest she escaped and lived out her days as a nun. Regardless of the truth, her legacy as a warrior worth 1,000 men endures. Tomoe Gozen's final stand at the Battle of Awazu is the stuff of legend. Surrounded by enemy forces and facing certain defeat, she chose to go down fighting rather than flee. Her decision was not just an act of bravery. It was a statement of defiance against the societal norms that sought to limit her. In this moment, Tomoe was not just a warrior. She was a symbol of resistance. The details of her last battle are both vivid and awe-inspiring. Riding into the enemy ranks, she is said to have confronted one of their most formidable warriors, a samurai known for his strength and skill. Despite the odds, Tomoe engaged him in single combat and emerged victorious, beheading him with a single strike. Her actions in this final battle were so extraordinary that they became the subject of songs and stories, passed down through generations. But what happened to Tomoe after the battle? This is where history becomes murky. Some accounts suggest she was captured and executed by the enemy, while others claim she escaped and lived in obscurity. One popular theory is that she became a Buddhist nun, dedicating the rest of her life to prayer and meditation. This theory is supported by the fact that many samurai who survived the Genpei War chose to retire from public life and seek spiritual solace. Regardless of her fate, Tomoe's story does not end with her disappearance. Her legacy as a warrior who defied the odds and challenged societal norms continues to inspire. She is remembered not just for her skill in battle, but for her courage and determination to live life on her own terms. In a world that sought to silence her, Tomoe's voice echoes through the ages. Despite her extraordinary achievements, Tomoe Gozen's story has been largely erased from mainstream history. Why? Part of the reason lies in the cultural and societal norms of the time. The rise of Bushido, the samurai code, emphasized loyalty, honor, and male dominance. Women, no matter how skilled or accomplished, were often excluded from the narrative. Another factor is the loss of historical records. The Heian period was followed by centuries of conflict and turmoil, during which many documents were destroyed. This loss of records has left gaps in our understanding of Tomoe's life and achievements. What little we know about her comes from a few surviving texts, such as the Heike Monogatari, a historical epic that chronicles the Genpei War. Even within these texts, Tomoe's story is often relegated to the margins. She is described as a secondary figure, overshadowed by her male counterparts. This marginalization reflects the broader societal attitudes of the time, which sought to downplay the contributions of women. Yet, despite these efforts, Tomoe's legend has endured. In recent years, there has been a renewed interest in her story. Modern scholars and storytellers have sought to reclaim her legacy, highlighting her role as a trailblazer and a symbol of resilience. Tomoe Gozen has been immortalized in literature, art, and even popular media, ensuring that her name will not be forgotten. Tomoe Gozen's story is more than just a tale of battles and bravery. It is a testament to the power of resilience and determination. In a world that sought to confine her, Tomoe broke free and carved her own path. Her legacy serves as a reminder that courage and skill know no gender, and that history is often shaped by those who dare to defy the odds. Today, Tomoe Gozen is celebrated as a symbol of female empowerment. Her story has inspired countless women to challenge societal norms and pursue their dreams, no matter the obstacles. She is a reminder that greatness is not determined by gender, but by the strength of one's character and the choices one makes. In a world still grappling with issues of gender equality, Tomoe's story is more relevant than ever. It challenges us to question the narratives we have been taught and to seek out the untold stories of those who have been marginalized. By remembering Tomoe Gozen, we honor not just her legacy, but the countless others whose stories have been forgotten. So, what do you think? Was Tomoe Gozen the greatest warrior of her time? Or are there other legends waiting to be rediscovered? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed learning about this incredible figure, hit that subscribe button. Join me as we continue to uncover the hidden tales of history.